deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? We back. We back. We back. We back in effect. Still Mills boxing was goody, my niggas. I want to get into the Charlos. I want to talk about Charlos. Mainly Jamal. Mainly Jamal. I don't like the notion that niggas is trying to say that Canelo is ducking him, or even a Demetrius Andrade. Charlo's dope, right? Like he's good. He's good. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's good. You know, as far as what he can do, his power is undeniable, man. That homeboy got thunder. You know, he can snap, he can crack. But outside of that, what else does he have to warrant that a nigga like Canelo was ducking him when Canelo was stood in front of killers? Golovkin, you know what I'm saying? Just I said it yesterday. The dude stood mid ring with Golovkin in his second fight. Never looked gassed. Back never touched the road. None of that. He stood toe to toe with that man and got busy and traded with him. Traded with him. So from there you go to Danny Jacobs, who's an incredible outboxer. You know, Danny Jacobs gets a lot of flack, mainly at 168. He didn't look his best against Gabe Rosado, but you know, he's still one of my favorite fighters to watch. And when he around the time when he fought Canelo, he looked to be really he was in his bag. So it's layers to his game. And for Canelo to stand in front, and he slipped 6 and 7 jabs in combination. You stand in front of that, and clear as day beat him, and then beat Golovkin in his own Mexican style game the fight before. What gives you the inclination that he's ducking a Jamal Charlo? Now I get the mandatory thing or whatever the case may be. I understand that. I understand that to a certain degree, but I think that was mainly more on his team as opposed to him. And if I'm not mistaken, it was something with Golden Boy being very lackluster on getting him a fight in a timely manner, and they didn't they didn't get a fight before a specific designated day, and he had to vacate the title, and Jamal ended up fighting for that title and winning it. It was vacant when he got the title. You fought somebody for a vacant title and got the title, and because of that, this notion has went on that Canelo has been ducking him, and that's just completely asinine to me. Him and Andrade, they should have fought at 54. Says who? They wasn't on anybody's radar at 54. Lara and Ulo, Trout. He was crashing killers at 54. Jamal Charlo and Andrade are just not coming into prominence in the past few years. Canelo has been getting busy since 2010, 2011. So do I think Charlo would be an issue for somebody like Canelo to deal with? No. Do I think he presents a certain problems that could give Canelo causes to pause? Yeah, his power, his uppercut is devilish. His jab, when he uses it, when he pumps it, it's a factor. But is it a triple G jab? Charlo's pretty straightforward in his movement. It's no angles, it's no impeccable footwork. He's gonna be there for Canelo to hit. He's not the best counter puncher, you know what I'm saying? He's not. He in the sense of how he did J Rock. I think he's an underrated counter puncher. I don't think he's the best. That catch and shoot shit that he did on J Rock was really, really, and J Rock is another one of my dogs. That was really impressive how he got him up out of there. But J Rock was doing. I got to go and watch that fight again. But it seemed like J Rock was doing a lot of the certain things that he was doing that he was able to pick up on his timing and catch him, and he caught him, and it paid dividends. You're not gonna get the same look with Canelo. You're not. You're not gonna get the same look with Canelo, man. Just it's too many dimensions in his game. Entirely too many, man. Is what is he lacking in? The most you can say he's lacking in is fast feet. He does, he's not known for cutting angles like that. He's not as graceful on his feet as a Aleem or a Lomachenko or even a Terrence Crawford who can, like I said, who can switch back and forth, lefty righty. I don't think people understand how incredible your feet have to be in cohesion with your hands and your upper body to be able to switch like that fluently. I don't think people really understand how much of how big of an issue you or how competent your feet have to be in order to do that as effective as he does it. So he's not, of that ilk as far as footwork is concerned, or even Alexander Usyk. He's not on that man's level as far as footwork is concerned, but he can cut the ring off. Even Golovkin, I don't think he's as graceful as good as his feet as Golovkin is. I haven't seen too many people say, get away from Golovkin. Danny Jacobs did it best. And he still got clipped, though. He still got clipped. Derevianchenko was, he was there to be hit, but just the angles he was cutting on the inside looked like what Porter was doing the Earl spins. Tap the body and spin out to his lead hand so he can't run him into nothing, man. So, Canelo wasn't that on his feet. However, he's good enough on his feet to put himself in punching and counter-punching position to capitalize off your misses. He's that good on his feet. He's not graceful. He's not a ballerina, a dancer like, you know what I'm saying? He's on his feet. That's not his game. But he's good enough to get where he needs to be. He can get to his spots and do what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? When I watched him systematically break down Colin Smith just last month and out jab a dude who's 5 and 6 inches taller than him, that was incredible. Jamal is going to be there to be hit. He's going to be there to be hit. What is he going to do to offset Canelo's forward aggression, forward effective aggression? How are you going to neutralize his head movement? I mean, it's looking like it's impossible to hit this dude. That was ridiculous. This dude is looking like, all right, shit, man, I just got into a fight. I went 12 rounds with a nigga, but shit, I'm about to go to the club. That's crazy, my nigga. So what does Charlo bring to the table that would thwart what Canelo has? Because I personally don't see it. Andrade is a different story just because of the layers in his game. I think people get so drunk off of the power, how hard somebody can hit. Like Teddy Atlas said, if you can't find the target, the bomb is irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to land the shot. Andrade brings a bit more of a difficult task, or he presents a more difficult task than Jamal Charlo because of what he can do. I mean, shit, he doesn't back straight up. That's one thing I've noted. I mean, shit, even when he rolls up under a hook, when he weaves under a hook, he's not there to be hit. He's not there for you to, come back and time his head as it's coming up on the line and catch him. He's not there. He's spinning out. He's weaving the hook and spinning out to at an angle so you can't hit him. You have to reset to get back to him. That's what I see from Andrade. You dig? But even Andrade, bro, the wide shots, you're gonna get punished for that. You are going to get punished for that. And he hasn't done it amongst, the best competition. You know what I'm saying? At 60, or at least, is he 60 or 68 right now? At 60, who has he fought at 60 that would warrant him being able to do that in the highest caliber fight in his career? I haven't seen it, and that's another thing. These cats are, they're screaming for Canelo, fighting all the fans. Oh man, you gotta fight Charlo, fight Andrade, and it's like, why aren't they fighting each other? How come y'all not calling them to fight each other? Why do they get to have minuscule wins and earn the prize fight? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's ridiculous. Why aren't they fighting each other? I know they spoke, Golovkin is there, Munguia is there. There's still some hitters at 160. There's still some hitters at 160. 68. Charlo talking about coming up to 68. That's what's up. Cool. I don't think he deserves a fight with David Benavidez off the rip. He hasn't even proven he's the best at 60. Now you're gonna move a whole nother division and fight and tangle with them. I mean, man, them 7 pounds make a difference. And when you add skill on top of size, it's really a tall order. So I don't. I understand why people say that Canelo is ducking Charlo. I get it, but not in the sense of why people are, why people are thinking. Because you don't stand in front of you. Maybe a Kovalev, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason why he should have been able to do that to Kovalev, despite the circumstances with Kovalev. People got reason to be skeptical of that win. However, should no 168 pounder be able to jump up damn near 10 pounds and put the sleek flat line a nigga like Kovalev? He's not better Biev or Bivol, but he's a champion who was running the division for a minute. So he's not the best champion because of just the age that he's at. However, he is a champion with 2 credible wins in his life. I mean, later Alvarez, a nigga, he got that get back. Later Alvarez did him dirty. I watched that live. I was like, Jesus. Broke him down off the jab. Ouch. Then flatlined him. Came back, got that get back, went and fought Anthony Yard. Knocked homeboy out with a jab. It was a credible wins, man. And then he gets in there with Canelo and takes a casket nap in the 11th round. That was not staged, you know what I'm saying? So would Charlo do that to a Kovalev at this stage in his career? Would Andrade do that to a Kovalev at this stage in his career? We got to look at it from that paradigm. So I don't think Charlo's priority as far as Canelo is concerned. Would I like to see the fight? Yeah, I would. I would like to see him and Andrade fight Canelo. Just to kind of shut niggas the fuck up. Because I don't see Charlo presenting any sort of problems for Canelo to that degree, which they're justifying him ducking. I don't see that. I don't see it. I'm sorry, but I don't. So, but I would like to see it though. But what he's trying to do, I'm going for legacy. That's what a lot of niggas want to see big fights because they know names. You know what I'm saying? I know him. I want to see them fight. All right, cool. That's what's up. We all want to see that, but you're going to be remembered for being undisputed. We don't get too many undisputed fighters. That's why blood is so special. That's why this fight with Fury and Joshua is so big. Undisputed heavyweight bout. It's a legacy at the end of the day. We chasing legacy. We're not necessarily chasing, just names or whatever. Which this is a good fight, but let me collect all the belts. So let me knock off this mandatory. Let me crash this nigga, and let me go holler at Saunders, and then plant, and then anybody else can get it. Anybody else can get it. Benavidez can get it. Charlo, you want to jump up here, you can get it. Andrade, you can get it. So that's my take on it, man. Arguing with fanboys is it's a motherfucker, man. So but I understand that. I understand where they're coming from. But you also got to be able to look at shit in context. He's not running from no goddamn Jamal Charlo. He's not. Jamal Charlo does not bring an issue to Canelo that he has not seen before thus far. So I'm not a fan of the ducking narrative. There's no reason to duck Jamal Charlo from as far as Canelo is concerned. No reason whatsoever. This dude is special. We're witnessing, a special type of fighter right now, Canelo Alvarez. We are. It's undeniable. So I understand the brothers want to, they want to root for the brothers and see the brothers win, but Jamal ain't bringing nothing to the table to, warrant that Canelo was ducking him. He's not. And I think it's more layers in Andrade's game. And Andrade ain't bringing nothing to the table that would warrant that Canelo is ducking him. Fuck no. So, salute to them niggas. I hope the fight does eventually happen after he goes undisputed, because I don't see anybody thwarting that. You know, I don't. You know, after watching Caleb Plant last night, or 2 nights ago, I just don't see Saunders. I think at this moment has a better shot because he's tangled with some. You know, he's tangled with some factors. He's tangled with some factors. Andy Lee. You know what I'm saying? Monroe, you know, he's not the biggest factor, but that's a solid, credible win. David Lemieux, that's a solid win. It's a really solid win. Chris Eubanks, those are solid wins. So his level of opposition is far greater than that of a Caleb Plant. You know, and when you have a skill stylistically and historically, that style has, you know, given Canelo problems and issues throughout his years as a prize fighter. Billy Joe Saunders has fought, adequate competition that could sharpen that skill set that much more. So when it's time for him to step to the highest fighting, highest stature of, within his career, he'll be able to perform a lot better than a Caleb Plant because he's fought the more adequate competition. You know what I'm saying? So only at this point in time, the only person I see giving him an issue to that degree would be Billy Joe Saunders. Caleb Plant, at first, it was like I said, that was a point in time when I didn't think he can do anything with them cats up there at 68. Now I don't see anybody beating him. Nobody. So, yeah, that's what it is, man. Nobody is going to thwart that dude from getting undisputed. And after he goes undisputed, bring on Charlo, bring on Andrade. You know, them niggas is young. You know, they young. 30, Miss Youngins. I'm 34. They younger than me. And I feel great at 34. I'm going to the gym tonight. Shit, fuck niggas just talking about. But he has a plan. That plan is to be undisputed. And that's respected. And it's not in the, oh man, niggas say that shit every day. Spence talking about he want to be undisputed, but look at the rap, look at the little sucker shit that he's doing. You not getting that with Canelo. If he gets past Yurdom next month, or this month, I'm tripping. It's already February. He gets past Yurdom this month. He's already like, yo, if I'm not too badly injured, I need that. Come May. And if he crashes Saunders, Caleb Plant is, that's another casualty of a dice game. Shout out to Big L, rest in peace. And after that, undisputed. So now, how many times can we defend this undisputed title? So let's get it on Jamal. Let's get it on Andrade. Whoever else won it. You know, I'm a Canelo. I'm a supporter of Canelo, man. That dude is incredible. The kid is incredible. So that's what it is. That's my take. That's my thoughts on it. I'll be doing this more often, man. I'm having fun doing this shit, man. Just being able to voice my opinion on a sport that I love and enjoy watching and enjoy training in. So, like and subscribe. Still Mills Boxing. I'm on the blast, North Side. I'm out.